What up, everyone? So, just got out of Flash, heading home. So, I guess we'll go ahead and do the out of theater reaction. I don't know. I've never done one of these before, so if I stumble, don't mind me. Again, these are something new to the channel. Just quick form reviews. With that being said, Flash pretty good. Not gonna lie. Out of all the times I hated, or at least was not a fan of Ezra Miller's performance as the Flash, but really what it was just Justice League, where he was really prominent in. I gotta say, he was perfect in this role. He led the movie. If you go in thinking, based on the trailers, oh, this is a Batman movie starring the Flash, you're going to be highly mistaken. This is a Flash movie. And I don't know, it's weird. Now I want more of Ezra Miller as the Flash. If you asked me that, 3-4 years ago, I wouldn't believe you, especially with all the controversy. I would say this: it may be hard for some, but take the controversy out of it. Dude killed it. He is perfect, especially with what he's given. You know, if you've seen the trailers, you know what happens, but he brings a lot of humility to the character, which I thought was really cool. Something that wasn't really shown in Justice League and his other appearances. He was a really good Flash. Couple other things. I don't want to get too spoilery. I want you to be able to see I want you to be able to see it and know what you're getting into. There's a lot of stuff. I will say this: there's a lot of things the trailers don't show, which was really cool. I was engaged. I wanted to see where it was going next. I couldn't pinpoint it. Couple of things I liked, couple of things I didn't like. I'll start with a couple of things I didn't like. There's some really spotty CG. Now, granted, there's a lot of times they have to show things because whether it's through his speed and how everything slows down, but there's a lot of spotty CG in this movie. Couple other things too that maybe I could say is con more in a pro. You don't get a lot of some characters you wish you have. I'm not going to say who, but there are some characters I wish I would have saw more. Now for the pros, I gotta say, besides Ezra Miller, Ben Affleck as Batman is so freaking good. He is. I liked him since Batman v Superman. I always thought he was the Batman Bruce Wayne I liked, and this doesn't change at all. Matter of fact, it's gonna make me, it makes me appreciate him more. And they don't show this in the trailer, but there are some changes to his suit, and if you're an old school fan, you are going to love those changes you see, because they're not the changes he had in Justice League. It's not the suit he had in Batman v Superman. This is an entirely new suit, but it's going to be recognizable to a lot of fans. A couple of other pros: I liked Supergirl. I liked the actress who they got to play Supergirl. I thought she was really good. And of course, Michael Keaton as a Bruce Wayne who's done all this. When you get Michael Keaton, you're not getting Batman 89 and you're not getting Batman Returns, but you're getting somebody who's lived it. And I gotta say, this is probably my favorite Michael Keaton as Batman portrayal is in this movie. lot of cool cameos that, again, have not been announced. I know there's been a couple that's been spoiled in the media leading up to this movie, but there are some really cool cameos that you'll see in this movie. And also, it kind of, messes with your expectations a little bit. What you expect is going to happen doesn't really happen, but they explain why it doesn't happen that way. And you go with it thinking, okay, good. If I had to rate this on a scale of, let's see, 1 to 5, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest, I'll give this a 4. Do I think it's the greatest superhero movie ever to be made? No, of course not. But I will say it is one of the strongest DC movies I've seen in a while. And I think I'm really interested where they'll go next with this, where they'll go next with Ezra Miller. And like I said, you take the controversy, you can think of what they did, have your opinions about that, but don't let that take away from the fact that Ezra killed it. He was really, they were really, really good. So it'll be, I know one more con. I know Iris is a big deal, but it felt like with the Iris character there wasn't much to her. And I felt that maybe she wasn't necessarily needed in this movie. My opinion, just something I felt like her appearance kind of took away from the movie itself. But again, that's just my opinion of it. Other than that, though, tell me what you think in the comments. Again, we're going to be doing this a bit more. A couple other movies. I might even drop a few more this weekend. Probably going to see Elementals. And I definitely want to see The Blackening. So look for out of the theater reaction reviews for those. Again, once always, this is Greg signing out. And welcome back to Blurred Lines.